Yo! What's up, everyone? Good morning. Is everyone awake? All right, we're back. Let's get this thing going. We're back with some Run 8 today, guys. What's going up, Young Gaming? What's going on, dude? Good morning, Mother Slug. What's going on? Get this music taken care of. There we go. All right. Yes, we're back in Run 8. We're going to be running a Mercedes train today. Coke, what's going on, dude? This is Morning Spur. What's going on, Coke? Hope you're having I can't talk. And I can't get my phlegm situated. Stand by. Just 1 second. There we go. All right. I think I'm better now. Good morning, Coke. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to enunciate is... Good morning. I hope you are doing well. Sometimes Spur just has to take it down a notch because I get so excited. I have to slow it. I have to slow it now. Plus the whole phlegm thing too. It's early in the morning, right? Had to get your phlegm situated. Does anyone else have to do that in the morning when they get up? It's a normal thing for me. It's a normal thing for me, guys. All right, let's just jump right into it. Let's go. Let's go to the NS AGS. We're gonna launch this world. This is a world save I got from the last video that we did. Actually, the last stream that we did. How's the stream look today, guys? How's it look? How's it sound? Looks great on my end so far. Usually, every time I start it, it starts out good, and then it goes south later. But it looks like we got a jam up connection today. Everything's good. Stream looks great. Thanks, Coke. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good day, guys. Sounds good too. This is good. Sweet. It's Thursday. Right? Weekend's almost here. Let's delete this bad boy. This is the one we ran in the last stream. We're just going to get rid of him. Let's delete him, and I've got one to spawn in. Mother, what's up? Looks okay. Could be better, right? We could always strive for perfection. Could always strive for perfection. It seems good today, though. I've got a really good connection today. I can tell. I could feel it as I was getting everything going and loading in and everything. I was like, today's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good connection. So far, it's really, really good. I think they've still been working on the internets. Okay. What are we doing? We got to spawn this train. Okay, let's spawn this guy in. This is the guy we're going to be running today. This is the 395, the NS 395. He runs from, in game, he's going to run from Norris Yard down to Vance. We're going to take these auto racks down there. Let's get him started real fast. All right, that should be good. In real life, he runs from Brunswick, Georgia to Vance. I guess it's an export train. I guess they take these empties down to Vance, load them at the Mercedes plant. They take them back to Brunswick, and I guess they're all exported to Germany. I didn't know that until I got this route. Supposedly, this is the largest Mercedes plant in the world. Is it Vance, Alabama? Who would have thought? Who would have thought the largest Mercedes plant in the world is at Vance? It's pretty cool. In fact, we'll go take a peek at it real fast. So we can figure out what we need to do. So yeah, it's a little ways down the route. We go in here at Mercedes. This is a nice area. Look at the fence and everything. Like, I really dig what they've done with this route. It's got some nice details, does it not? Like, it's got the underground fiber optic, like the cable warning there, phone lines. Nice barbed wire fence here, some mobile homes. It looks good. Some track panels over here. I guess they got switch heaters here. I did not know that they had switch heaters in Alabama. We didn't have switch heaters on any of the lines that I worked on. Snow was never an issue, though. Doing some road construction over here. Looks like they're getting ready to do a divided highway, right? Like they're getting ready to move all this stuff. I think they're going to 4-lane it. Was able to convince your dad to get you Run 8 after he gets back. Awesome, dude. I'm glad for you. You'll enjoy it. A lot of fun. I enjoy it. I've played it pretty much since day one. Okay, so this is down here at Vance. This is where the Mercedes plant's at. So what we gotta do is bring this train down here. We're gonna have to take it to Maalla. We cut the train in half because you can only get so many cars in here at one time. So we'll have to cut the train in half and double it in this yard here. This is the plant, the yard for the plant, right? And yeah, so I guess we double it in here and spot it up. And then the plant switcher will take care of it from that point. They've got an outbound train ready to go here. This is the 394 waiting to go back north. If we have time, we may take it back north a little bit. It looks like he needs to dump, like he's getting built up here too. I'm not 100% sure how this works because they got this guy sitting up here at the plant loading area. But they have a plant switcher too, so I don't understand exactly how it works. But this is the Mercedes plant. Here's the test track, which is pretty cool. Got the loading ramps down here, right? This is pretty neat. Web auto ramps. It's direct reference to Jason from High Rail Simulations. Were you working this yard last week and kept falling through the bridge? No, I haven't been over here. I haven't done any yard work on this route. We're currently running the Rick San Bernardino in SoCal, getting ready to go down Cajon Pass. Nice, Coke. That's a good train. That's a good trip. What's your stats on it today? What kind of power are you running? That's a good one because it takes you over Tehachapi and Cajon. The two big ones in Cali, right? Okay, so we kind of figured out what we're going to be doing up here. Are these cars, are they empty or loaded is the question. What are these? They're all, okay, they're all empty. These are all inbounds. These are inbounds that need to be spotted up. Okay, Mercedes, they're MB, so they're Mercedes-Benz. I don't know if I should get the DLC packs all at once or one by one. Dude, if you get it, like, it's like Coke's saying, if you get them all at once, it's going to be a ton of money. Over $1,000. Get prioritized. Get what's most important to you, and then get the other stuff later. If you're more of a Southeast guy, don't worry about the West Coast stuff. You know, like, don't worry about that stuff. All right, let's go back to our train. There we go. Get our headlight going. What kind of horn are we running on this thing? Yeah, that's okay. I'll go with that. Right? That seems okay. I'm not picky about horns. I'm not a horn guy. 395. Today's date is the 16th. We'll say this thing started out on the 15th, maybe. Let's hop in. Get ready to go. Move my water bottle here so I can see my screen. I need to raise my screens up. I think they're too low. I think that's my problem. They're too low. I'm only getting the Fitzgerald or A-line. You can't go wrong with either one of those. Just know that if you want to eventually, if you get the A-line and you want to connect the Fitz, you got to get Waycross too. Waycross is the one that goes, it's the hub, right? It's the hub that connects those two together. So just remember that. How do you change your horn on your train? You just hit left control F3 and it brings up this menu here called the horn bell configuration or configure. And you scroll down to your locomotive that you're running. That's your lead engine. It'll have it highlighted, and then you can just go in here and pick whatever horn you want to use, right? There's a ton. I've got some that I downloaded from somewhere that I added in, but I couldn't tell you where they came from. So that's basically what you do. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Sounds okay. I'm not sure what the NS AGS 44s use, so I don't know. What do we look like? We got a little air drawn down. Let's get the rest of our air. This is a different keyboard since the last time I ran the games, and like the insert and the home key and all that's a little different. So I'm having to be like extra careful how I do this. Yeah, it's way different. So that's set, that's release. That's way different. Oh, sweet. We got a new sub. Killer Viper 1846. Thanks for subbing, bro. I appreciate it. Welcome. Immediately, what's going on, dude? Sets up to relax and listen to Spur. I appreciate it, man. Southeast is a lot of fun. I'm hoping the next route drops will be additional SC route. Yeah, another one would be nice. There's several different directions they could go in the Southeast, you know. They could go a few ways. Okay, let's get auto going. We're going to use auto for a little bit, and then we're going to have to turn auto off because he doesn't know how to route this train exactly how it works. So we'll have to go to Maalla. We'll drop half the train in Maalla. We'll take the other half down to Vance. We'll spot it up inside the plant, and then we have to go back to Maalla, get the other half, and take it down there. You can only take it a half of the train. I think it only takes like 40 cars. We need the CSX Old Clinchfield route from Kingsport, Tennessee. I would love that, dude. I'd love to see the Clinchfield. Absolutely. The Clinchfield would be an awesome one to have. The Clinchfield back in the day, not current day. The Clinchfield, of course, Clinchfield current day is all tore up, right? It's not like you got messed up by the hurricane and they're repairing it. But even then, if the hurricane had never happened, the Clinchfield of today is nothing like what it used to be back in the day. It at least needs to be the early 2000s when they're moving all the coal, because coal isn't king anymore on the railroad. Coal is nothing like what it used to be. Clinchfield's a lot of fun. Maybe one day run it. We'll add it. Yeah, Clinchfield is. Clinchfield would be amazing. Maverick 31. What's up, dude? Good morning. Decided to pull a U and mark off for 7 days straight. A nice little paid vacation before starting your new gig. Oh man, I hope I wasn't a bad influence on that. I did the same thing though. I was thinking about quit. I had decided that I was going to quit. I was thinking about it. I had some things in the work, right? Like works. I had some options, and I was just, dude, I was just fed up. I was so fed up with it and just absolutely done. And so yeah, I did mark off for 7 days. I marked off for 7 days. I think I went back and I finished out another month, maybe. After that, I remember I got a letter. They're wanting to have an investigation. I declined the investigation because I told them, I told the train master, I was like, what are you going to investigate exactly? I did what I did. It ain't like I accidentally marked off sick or the system marked me off sick and I did it. You know, why you want to investigate that? You know, I was like, that's ridiculous. Don't investigate it. Just do whatever you're going to do. I didn't care. Right? He kind of laughed about it. He was really good natured about it. He didn't care either, you know. I think I heard Jason's working on going up to Savannah with the ports. Yeah, I've heard that as well too. I think that would be a really good one to continue the Nahuna north, right? Kingsport to Bostic is clear. I live 30 minutes from Bostic Yard. Nice. Do you have a Norfolk Southern SD70 Ace? Yes, we do. We do have an Ace. I think there's an Ace in this consist actually on the bottom. Yeah, there's an Ace right there. We do have an Ace. You don't have no butter to make your omelet. Uh-oh. Young's making an omelet. He's in trouble. You don't have any butter. What a tragedy. Yeah, we make some pretty good omelets here too, time to time. I like to put tomato in it, onion, sausage, tomato, onion. Sometimes we've done black olives. Sometimes we do avocado. We put, sometimes we use heavy whipping cream in it. Cream cheese in it, cheddar, you name it. We've done a ton of different things with omelets. Maverick says we get 10 paid personal and sick days, so I'm entitled to some time off. So when did you start your 7-day hiatus, Maverick? When did you start that? Okay, we gotta get rolling here. Let's do that. Let's go channel 56. There we go. It's 56, right? And it's 8:03. I done forgot. It's been a minute, guys. It's been a week. What was it? 8:03. Yeah. Okay. ETMF 803. Tone them up. Chat is busy this morning. A little bit. Yeah, it's rolling pretty good. I like that. I like that. I appreciate it, guys. I thank all of you, each and every one of you, for joining in, supporting the channel memberships, everything. It helps greatly, and it really means a lot to me. I absolutely appreciate that. It never ceases to amaze me. Like, being able to do this and have people watching and enjoying and stuff like that, it never ceases to amaze me or blow my mind. Empty chat is boring. I had someone in my chat last night that was just active like crazy. Make streaming more. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. I remember those early days when I first started streaming where it was pretty much dead. It's part of it, right? It's part of the growing pains of doing this. Dude, says I talk so much my voice hurt. Yeah, I've lost my voice before too. Like towards the end of a stream, my voice be giving out. Got to give Spur the courtesy of interaction. Well, I mean, you know, I understand there's a lot of people that like to just work. They can't really participate, but they're watching, right? They're watching in the background, and that's really like chat rate helps put the live stream out there to more people on their homepage. But it is still the watch time, and the watch time is really where it's at. I mean, that's where you get your money from, right? Is your watch time, ads, and that stuff. You're gonna have to watch Kerbo's tutorial on what train, how to run a train, and what brake is what button, and all that junk. It's not bad. You just think of it this way: big brake, little brake. This is the most simplistic form, right? Big brake is the entire train, little brake's just the locomotives. Starts as of Saturday, but I'm booking off sick if I get called before. I hear you, bro. I've been there. I did it. Like I said, I did it and I went back for a month. Okay, so he gave us a light. What do we want to do traffic wise? Do we want to spawn anything coming this way? It looks like the railroad is kind of quiet. There's not much going on. No, there is not. Okay, we need to fix that then. At least put a little something out there. It doesn't need to be crazy. Let's go AI traffic generation. Let's do spawn points. What are we going to do here? Let's do southbound Boyles, just for the heck of it, just to see. Actually, let's do oh, where's it at? NA district, eastbound. There we go. Let's do NA. There we go. We got something just spawned in. It's gonna work. I thought it would tell you. What is that? Something 74 Charlie. It's the NA West District. I think that's a coal train. I think it's. And let's do the 3B. We'll do the 3B. I think that'll be good for now. Right? Just be good. Do you have the Heritage Unit State of Georgia, Norfolk? No, I do not. I don't even know if they have that for the game, to be honest. It at least says Maverick take that sick time and run. You had a unit that had low water and would start, had to isolate and set them out at the repair shop in Barstow. That's cool. I do like the failures. We got failures up a little bit. I don't want it to be like too crazy. It's not quite half. It's a little higher than what I have been running it. It's not quite half though, so we should be okay. Okay, let's release parking brake. So we got him forward. We got a crossing bell on. I didn't even know that thing was going. I couldn't hear it. Okay, open up. Release brakes. Come out independent. Let this bad boy start loading up. There we go. Wait for the bottom to start moving. By the way, question for you Run 8 boys is when you spawn a train, is there a shortcut to knock off all the handbrakes at once? It spawns with every brake applied on every... F5. If you hit F5, F5 knocks them all off. Come on, let's go. Let's go, baby. We pulled the slack out, but she didn't want to move. There we go. Now the bottom's moving. Yeah, F5 knocks them all off. I think... Is it Shift F5 applies them all? Or is it shift or control? I can't remember. All right, we got to clear. We got to clear here at, what is this place? This is Lovick. Your loco failure is pretty low. First time a loco failed on me in 2 years was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I had several locomotive failures in real life, but it wasn't like it was just all the time. You know, like it wasn't like a constant thing. You would see it every once in a while, but it wasn't like a constant threat every single day, day in and day out. All right, track's 35 through here. It's going to drop down to 30 in a minute. Is it shift? Shift F5 is what does it. Shift F5 applies all the handbrakes and puts the locomotive in neutral. That is correct. There, host cheat is Shift F7. Yeah, there's a lot of good features and things that you can use in the game. All right, let's go up another notch here. How dangerous can a bushfire be to railroads? Well, I mean, it can burn up the cross ties if your cross ties catch on fire. I remember when we had our big fires here in the Panhandle. The BNSF had one of their firefighting trains down here, and they were running it up and down the section of track that was in the fire, and they were putting out fires with it. It's kind of cool. I've got some pictures of it somewhere, like the day after the fire. They had it running it back and forth, putting out hot spots. The bridges here, some of the bridges here, the ties got all burned up. They had to retie the bridges. Virtual conductors probably ripped after applying all those brakes. I hope he had a brake stick. Those brake sticks, they introduced those things when I was working, and they sucked. They just felt cheap. They weren't that great. I hope they got better in quality over time, because they sucked when I'd much rather just do it by hand, honestly. If you really want to piss a coworker off, tie a handbrake really, really tight and then bust the air. If you want to get back at someone. That handbrake would be tight as hell after you bust that air. It'd be tight as hell. Yes, California has had some serious wildfires over there. Tons and tons and tons of homes have been burned. Tragic. I don't think it's affected any of the rail lines over there, though. I haven't seen or heard anything about it. I don't think it has. I know we had our big wildfire here in the Panhandle. BNSF they shut down for like a couple of days, I think. I think it was mainly to retie the bridges that the ties burned on. Either way, Dustin, what's up, dude? Good morning. He says, oh man, I hate having a brake stick, and yes, dumping the air on a tight handbrake is a dick move. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you working shifts on a yard job and the other yard job is kind of screwing you over, dump the air on them with the handbrake tight. Yeah, absolutely. That'll do it. Southern California has to, yeah, they've got all kinds. It's California, right? I'm not going to go into that. I don't get in, like, this is like my escape, right, from reality in the world, and so that's what I do in here. But you're right, it's California. They have all kind of stuff going on in California. Dustin says he's had an upset stomach since yesterday. That is not good, bro. That is not good. I hope you're okay. Drink lots of water. If that's an issue, be sure to drink lots of water, okay? It's easy to dehydrate when you got the squirts. Yes. Drink lots of water. Hey, Jacko, what's up, dude? Good morning. Taking Imodium, yes. Pepto, Imodium. Drink lots of water. Hydrate. Get some of that soft toilet paper. You may need it. You may need it. I couldn't imagine rolling through a disaster. Did y'all see the NS logo that got smashed by the French Broad in Nashville during the hurricane? I think it was smashed. No, I didn't. I don't know anything about that, dude. I haven't seen that. Your brake sticks are pretty nice, so they have magnet on them so you can stick to the side of the car. I have seen that. That is really cool. The problem I had with the brake sticks, and I remember this vividly. I had one. It was like one of the first ones I ever used. You twist it apart, right? And you telescope it out, and then you twist it back together. And I put that thing on a handbrake that was really, really tight. They probably tied it and then busted the air, right? And so I'm yanking on it like crazy, just trying to get it to move, like knock it loose. And I guess it bent the brake stick in like the joint where it telescopes. And from that point on, I could never get it back to telescope back in. Like it was permanently extended out from that point on. And it really sucked. Brother Sloke says the man wipes. You had the Dash 8 and Dash 9 horn. I've got some kind of a horn. I've got we've got a K5 HL. That would be it. It's not too bad. Like I said, I'm not a horn guy, and I couldn't tell you what goes on these locomotives. I just put horns on it that sounds kind of okay to me, and then another fine work day with Spur. Yes, we're going to get some work done today, guys. You couldn't stand using the early pump brake. Oh, are you talking about on the EMDs? Like the are you talking about? Is that like the ratchet brake? Did you have to work? Did you install those horns? If you did, where or does it come? All right, some come with the game. I got when I got V3, a friend sent me a bunch of links to a whole bunch of horns that I got. This is years ago, right? And so I downloaded these horns. You just put them in, like, there's a horn folder or something that you put them in for horns and bells and something. And I honestly can't remember. I have to go back and look. I couldn't tell you where I got these things. Like, I had a whole bunch of sound files that were sent to me to kind of improve the game. I've looked for the car sounds. I can't find them anymore. I don't know where those things are at. Yeah, the ratchet brakes, they sucked on autoracks too. I did a few. It wasn't a whole lot that I had to do ratchet brakes. Is mostly I didn't do locomotives. That's the engineer's job. He did that, but she wanted to do them solid. Like if you're good friends, if you were tight with your engineer and you want to do them a solid, then you do brakes on locomotives. Usually they did that. I let them do that. You do the rest of the trade. Ratchet brakes on autoracks suck. The flat cars. But I guess I did more ratchet brakes on flat cars in East Thomas than anywhere. You get I think you get a pretty good selection of horns with the game. I can't remember what all you get. So what packs y'all recommend for Southeast running or run 8 every time I look inside I get overwhelmed? I think the rock hoppers, whatever pack it was that has all the rock hoppers, is good for the fits because you load a lot of rock on the Fitzgerald sub. Wood chip hoppers are good because there's a lot of wood chips that are done on the fits in the south. You know, they move throughout the southeast. At that point, it's like it's a crapshoot, right? Like You know, any of them are good. Open hopper pack 3. Auto racks are the worst. He's over this grate here. Stupid handbrakes, long drawbars, takes forever to charge up. Hate those things, right? I didn't mind auto rack trains. We just had to step on and step off. Like, they're okay. They're pretty good. The one we had one auto rack train, one empty auto rack train that we ran, 214. It was Baldwin to Louisville back in the day. It's not now. It's something else. I don't know. They've changed it 50 bazillion times, but always look forward to that train because it's step on and step off. And if things went well and you had good power, it was no problem with that train. I can go look in Run 8 Studios. Yeah, I think the next video or stream we do in Run 8, we're going to go back to this, well, we are in the Southeast, but we're going to go back to the Fitz and we're going to do a rock train. We're going to do a rock train down to Fitz. Should be fun. All right, we had another clear back there. I'm trying to remember how this grade, at some point it's going to pick back up. I just can't remember where. We can kind of go with it for a bit. We're in a 35. We got a 30 and 1.6, so we can kind of roll with it just a little bit here. We're going under the interstate there. Rock hoppers are mixed freight pack 4. Yeah, those are pretty good because you got Martin Marietta that loads rocks on the Fitz, and then you've got Junction City Mining loads rocks. Those were big customers on the route. They took a lot of rock in and out of there. Start going into a little light dynamic here. Next route, you're thinking it'd be a southeast route. Baldwin came out over a year ago. Yeah. It's probably about time. My city is digging up, replacing old gas lines. Has you all scared and worried because the company is known really well for blowing people's houses up. Uh-oh. Yeah, they did that here too. They had to go through and replace all the gas lines. We had ours replaced last year. I figured we're okay now. Southeast is known for rock trains and Tropicana juice trains. Florida is, yeah, Tropicana. Really famous. Well-known train. I remember when the Tropicana cars used to go to Cincinnati too on one of the pigs. What pig was that ran up there? It was a pig that went through Cincinnati. They used to put a little cut of them on the head end. So they had the big Tropicana train that ran in New Jersey right up the A line, but they started sticking some on the head end of this pig that went to Cincinnati, and then the empties came back on I think the Q213 is what they came back on. It was an auto rack train, so usually there'd be a few Tropicanas on the head end of it. All right, let's go back out of dynamics. I don't ever remember ballast being loaded on on Martin Marietta and Junction City Mining. That's not to say that it wasn't, but I don't remember it. A lot of the ballast trains that we were loading up at that time came out of a mine up around Peachtree City, Georgia. Up there, Tyrone. It was, let's see, where was that place at? It was between Peachtree City and Tyrone or somewhere up there. Like, I took a ton of rock trains out of that place. Ballast trains. When I say rock trains, ballast trains. Long span train there is no, it's a trash train, 125 cars of trash. Yeah, I bet that's smelly. All the maintenance waste stuff they got right now, maybe add work. I'd like to see some work trains, absolutely. I'd do some work trains. I really want to see a ballast tamper in game. I would totally take time to tamp some ballast in game. I would surface, just hang out and chill for a little while, watch some trains go by, you know, like that kind of deal. All right, sweet. Nice little rail fan area over there. We're going down to passenger main. This is called the passenger main. Want to say thanks, Spur, your help getting started in DCS. Got my PC ready with head tracking yesterday, waiting for my HOTAS. Nice. I want a nice HOTAS. It's just, those are such a big investment, right? I was just thinking the other day, I need to get back in DCS. I kind of missed it. I like just getting on like the Hogget training server, nothing crazy, and just chilling and just flying around, hitting the tanker, dropping some bombs, just kind of going through the routine of like operating the airplane. I love that stuff. Either way, I'm glad I could help you out, dude. DCS is a lot of fun. It's a complex game. It's not something that you can just jump right in for 15 minutes. You know, that's why I don't play it a whole lot. I need to get back in there though. I do. I was literally just thinking about that. Did I check out any info on the 1967 NW 500 car train? No, I did not. I have not had a chance to yet. Let's see. I did one work train in real life and it was the worst thing ever. Did 12 hours and still made pennies. Really? I remember our guys used to like work trains. Ooh, we're getting fast here, guys. Yeah, we are. We're getting fast. This Rainer back in. We were talking about that yesterday and everyone thought you're crazy. What's that, idiot? What were you talking about yesterday? All right, let's get back in dynamic here. T1600M. What? Who's manufacturer of that, Jacko? I've been looking at a lot of the Wind Wing and the Verpal stuff, and that's definitely not cheap. Like, that stuff is crazy expensive. Even though I'm only 12, one tip of you're becoming a new conductor is bring your own. Yes, yeah, bringing toilet paper definitely helps to have a roll stuck in your bag just in case. You can't count on it, like the little packs, the crew packs. The toilet paper sucked on them, right? That little wad of paper that they gave you. And sometimes you didn't have crew. I always had a ton of crew packs in my bag anyway, but oh, there's our 74 Charlie there. Cool. He came off the NA line. That's cool. I think a lot of those coal trains used to come out of the Bone Valley. Yeah, it's some kind of DPU, but you couldn't see it. A little late on that crossing. Yeah, I was. I didn't see it till the last minute trying to watch the chat here. D1600 Stutzmaster looked at Wind Wing. The entry one seems to be sold out. Oh, is it really? Yeah. Casey, what's going on, dude? Good morning. We had a good start to your day. All right, so we just met the 74 Charlie. Coal train. I don't know anything about that train. Something off the NA line out of Sheffield. There we go. We should be good for a bit. We got 25 down to 13th Street. Crossing CSX 25. He says, I'm going to listen in while I put wires. Yeah, you do some wiring. That's why you do your business before you leave home. I ain't going to the bathroom on an engine. I have before. I have taken a dump on an engine before, second or third out locomotive. Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you can't be helped. It just happens. It just happens that way. But yeah, if you can avoid it. But you know, you never know if you stop by Wendy's and get some of that chili, right? Before the trip. And then you go on your trip and things happen. You know, you might have a bad day bathroom wise. That sucks. I knew a dude that he was on a trip. He had to blow it up, and he didn't have any crew. He didn't have anything with him. He had to use his socks. He had to use his socks. I was like, no, it's so bad. LJ, what's up, dude? Just catching the day live stream, unfortunately, is because I'm out sick for work. Oh, dude, that sucks. I hope you get to feeling better. I hope you don't have that crazy freaking bug that's going around, making everyone so sick. He had to use his socks, right? Yeah. You just having a bad day when you got to bust your socks out, right? Like, at least you know how to contact Run 8 support if you don't get the... Yeah, if you don't get the link, just contact them. They'll hook you up. They're not in business to make people mad. They want to help you out. They want you to get the product and enjoy it and do more with it. Train bathrooms comparable to Porta John's construction. Yeah, they're pretty bad. It at least says I use my sock on a dismount patrol in Afghanistan. Dude, that's like the ultimate bad. Like you're in a combat scenario and then you gotta bust your socks out. Oh no. Dude, that's bad. But thank you for your service in Afghanistan, bro. I know a few people that were over there. Makes me want to bust out the Afghanistan and Iraq maps in DCS. Look really nice. A lot of people are kind of torqued that they doing them in sections, but I honestly don't have a problem with them doing it in pieces. I really don't. It doesn't bother me. Like it is what it is, right? Chicken coops smell better than engine bathrooms. Yeah, some of the ones on CSX were horrible. I don't know. What are we running on? We're on approach diverging. Okay. You got the 25 and 2.5 up 13. After I hit submit for payment, the website redirects saying your payment's successful and blah. So it automatically gives you their URL. Now, that's what I was thinking, that it was automated somehow, that they had changed that up, that it was different than what it used to be. Used to, they have to email it out by hand, and it was a lot of work. We had NCO who was always on point and was so paranoid getting hit while going number 2 that he would try to hold it, but sometimes he went on himself. We call it pulling Bordino after him. Oh no, I couldn't imagine. I remember one time I was on a train and my stomach was killing me. It hit me out of the blue. I don't know what it was, a bug or what, but Man, my stomach was making all kind of noises. I told the engineer, I said, dude, I'm fixing to blow it up. I'm going back on the second out unit. I gotta blow it up. It's gonna be a while. Don't worry about me, bro. I'll be back. It may be a while, but I will be back, okay? So I went back on the second unit, and I'll never forget, the second out unit was an old Burlington Northern SD42. This is one of those Rent-A-Wrecks, and they had stripped the cab. Like, it had no radio, no head, like none of that stuff. And the bathroom was horrible in that thing. It was horrible. And I just remember being so sick back there in that bathroom. Like, and the locomotive was like bouncing, like we were flying, man. We were on a fast stretch of track. We were all over the place, bouncing around. I'm like hanging on, like trying to hang on and do my thing. It was bad. It was a low point for Spur on the railroad, that's for sure. I was an over-the-road truck driver years ago. I had to do an emergency blow in between the drive tires. Luckily, I had tons of spare t-shirts. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm telling you. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. I couldn't play those maps. I was on Joint Fires Observer in RC East. I've done many Type 2-3 controls with A10. Really? So you were a JTAC, idiotly? I've studied little JTAC stuff. There was actually a Discord of some guys that are real life JTACs, and they teach players how to do JTAC in DCS. I saw CW Lemoyne did a video the other day on the Iraq map. He flew out of was it Bagram or one of those, and it looked really good. It looks so good. I was so thoroughly impressed with that map, like how good it looked. No, I was JFO, like JTAC stupid little brother. Stupid little brother. So that's like a step below JTAC. You have to excuse me, dude. I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm always fascinated by it, and I like learning that stuff. You couldn't clear any aircraft hot. Okay, Army. Okay, I got you. That's cool. We're meeting. This is the 3B train. I have zero clue who this CSX train is over here on the on the right. He's stopping up here at 13th Street for. Do we have a light? Like, are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're going through. That's cool. You can hear his brakes. He's applying his brakes. Okay, we got the 25 up here we gotta slow up for. We may come in a little hot, guys. It may be just a tad. Just a wee tad hot here. All right, y'all hang out just a second. I gotta focus on this. Or we have to take a piss test. Yeah, this is some kind of southbound coal train on the CSX. If this was back in the day when I was working, this would be like a T108. Or T101, T108, to see T101, T108, T109, T113. In other words, it's one of those Boswick trains. It should have the SEMX cars, the Ethcons or whatever. It could be like a no, I wouldn't even say this would be an export train to Mobile. Those usually came out of Atlanta. There we go. There's our 25. Nice. You got some aces on the head in here. He's got 3 elephant style. That's cool. Who is this? It's not going to tell me. Never mind. I don't know. We'll just have to guess. It's a train. All right, let's stay in a dynamic a little bit here. Okay, back to the chat. NS 182 on the right looks like daily. Yeah, it's something off the 3B. The NS train is something off the 3B out of Mobile. Can't be seen, must be green. Yeah, yeah, make a guess. Got a number for you to call. Yeah, they never had a number for us to call, but like we had, and I've told this story before on a video, we had certain signals on our route that were notorious for dropping on you. That was just, they were old. It was 1950, like they were installed in 1954. So sometimes they would fail, right? And usually you would, like, you'd be running on a clear, you'd come around and there'd be a stop on like one of the ends of a siding, like the north end of a siding, and you would stop. Now, I think in the rules it say bring your train to an easy control stop, right? But we always shot them. Like every engineer that I was ever with always shot the brakes if we came around on a stop. And usually what would happen is you would call up the dispatcher and be like, yeah, we're running on a clear on the approach. We had a stop on the north end of Carrara. And they'd be like, okay, you got permission by north end of Carrara. Main to main switching, motor looking out for track conditions ahead. I'll see about having you light on the south end. And it was just as easy as that. It wasn't a big deal. It was never a big deal. Until one day, we came by the south end of this siding called Wadley that had, we're running on a clear, and we came around to the north end. It was a stop, and we shot them, and we went by the signal by about 4 or 5 cars. And we called the dispatcher up and we told him, we said, yeah, we had clear on the south end. We came by the north end. We had to stop. He's like, all right, stand by. We sat there a little bit and then he came back and he's like, it's going to be a bit. We got to pull the tapes. And they had never, ever told us anything about pulling any tapes. I had never heard that before. I was like, oh shit. I was like, they're pulling the tapes because we've done effed up. Like... And the engineer and I were like, we were running on a clear, right? Like, we were like, my heart just dropped to my stomach when they said they're going to pull the tapes. And we sat there for like 15 or 20 minutes. And I was like, damn, they're fixing to relieve us, you know? And then a little bit, you know, after a while, they came back and they said, okay, signal just dropped on you. You got permission by the stop. Main to main switching, motor looking out. Then the usual thing, right? But when they said they're going to pull the tapes, I was like, oh, no. I was like, something bad done happened. Old seaboard arrow. There was seaboard coastline. Yeah, the Atlantic coastline signals, idiotly. They're old ACL signals. The searchlights. And it's just wanting to run us a little fast now. We're just going to go with it, though. We'll be out of that 25 in a bit. NS 182 goes from Calvert to Irondale. Green Bean, what's up, dude? Thanks, man. Good to see you in here. Green Bean coming in from the Members Club. I ask you, fly and drive train and rail fan sometime. One guy who used to stop the lead engine inches away from the signals to mess with the crew, so they'd have to stand up in order to see the signal, right? Yeah, if you pull up too close, you have to like look up at it. Yeah, that could be a pain. All right, we're back in our 30. We're good now. And we should be out of the 30 to show you. Yeah, there we go. 60. All right, let's go with it, guys. Let's see about spawning something else. We need another meet. Let's do let's do another 3B. And we'll do powers too. We'll do something down at powers. It's not letting me spawn. Why is it not letting me spawn? Come on. There we go. Something's coming off the 3B and powers, so we got 2. Yeah, it's definitely bad if they want you, if you're a pilot and they tell you to call the number, you done messed up. You think you're gonna do it? You changed your mind to get the fits, so you're gonna get the fits now? Louisiana, what's up, dude? Welcome. Says, were you an engineer in real life? No, I was not. I was a conductor. I was a conductor for a few years. I was never an engineer. I quit the railroad like a few months before I was going to be forced to engine service. I didn't want to start over all my seniority. and be on engineer's extra board for 10 years. So at that point I left. One of many reasons why I left. Fitz is a good route. Fitz is a lot of fun. It's a challenging route to run. Like I said, next Run 8 video I do, or next stream maybe, will be on the Fitz. NS 384 Mobile to Irondale. I'm not sure what train just spawned on the 3B. We'll look at it in a second here. Maverick said he passed the stop signal once, running on a limited to clear. He said, I thought we messed up. We're going to hit around the curve. Yeah, you second guess yourself immediately. You second guess yourself immediately when you see a stop. I don't care if you're 100% certain that you're running on a clear, because you don't know if someone else messed up, and it does give you a sinking feeling in your stomach. Yeah, I wound up not at fault at all. Like, none of them were my fault or my crew's fault, but I got my 5-stop indications because our signals were so bad. They would drop all the time on you. There were certain locations that were just notorious for dropping. And like I said, usually it was never a big deal. The dispatcher knew he had you lying, like he'd just talk you by it and then you'd go on about your business. But okay, we're good for a little bit here. Why did you say you quit again? Because the ad popped up right as you were about to say it. Let's get our SDD first. There's a lot of reasons why I quit. One, I was just fed up with it. I was just tired of it. Two, I had another job offer that had me home every weekend, and I worked Monday through Friday, like 7 to 3:30 or something like that. And two, like, let's see, I quit in July, and I think November I would have been forced to engine service, to engine school, to be an engineer. When I was a conductor, I had a ton of seniority. I could pretty much stand for anything I wanted other than the highest seniority jobs, and sometimes I could stand for those too. But either way, if I'd gone to engine service, the seniority on the engineer's board moved way slower than the conductor side. I would have been on the engineer's extra board for years. Literally for years, and I had zero interest in starting that mess over again. Like, I did not. That was like, you know, like, it's a culmination of a lot of things. I'm not going to say it's any one single thing. You know, it's just like working for the railroad is just a headache. It's just a huge headache, and it's a constant fight all the time. It's a constant battle. What's seniority? Seniority is your ranking with your other crewmen, right? Like, you know, you're in order. You're in order of the years that you've had service. I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. It's your years of service. So, like our highest seniority conductor hired out in 1968. So he had a ton of years ahead of me, you know, a ton of years. Our lowest seniority conductor was, you know, hired out with me, but when you hire out in a group, you draw for it. So he drew the bottom, so he had the bottom seniority. I hope that explains it. How long I've been in that position? You mean as a conductor? I was a conductor for a little over 3 years, I think. It wasn't very long. I gained a lot of seniority in a short amount of time. I remember old heads telling me that I got more seniority. It took them 25 years to get the same amount of seniority I got in like a year. Do you have the old New York Central? No, I don't. I thought you were blasting out your service. Did that sound familiar? Idiotly. Higher seniority equals better jobs. Yes, absolutely. The best of the best jobs are the highest seniority, guys. The best paying, the jobs that keep you, that like allow you to be home. You know, the best of the best jobs are high seniority. When you low seniority, you get all the scraps and trash. And that's just, it's just part of it. Seniority is why I'm leaving CN. They cut a bunch of jobs at the point I would have been stuck on the spare board for 10 years. Yeah. I don't think I would have never been cut off. They hired like 50 conductors behind me. Even if I had gone to engine service, I probably would have been cut out of engine service and forced back to conductor, which then I would have been a high seniority conductor, but I don't think I would have ever been cut off completely. But they were kind of screwing the guys over back then. Like they would cut them off of engine service and move them back to conductor service, but then they would still try to call them as an engineer if the engineer board was exhausted, and that wasn't right. And I remember one of our dudes got really crappy with him over the phone. He was like, I'm either an engineer or a conductor. He's like, but I'm not both. He's like, right now I'm in conductor service, so I'm not taking any engineer jobs. He's like, if you want to put me back on engineer board, then that's fine. But he's like, I'm not in engineer service, you know. So it's just the way that they used to play the game and manipulate things and screw people over, right? Like they did that stuff all the time. They played that game all the time. All the time they played that game. All right, I'm gonna back out of the throttle a little bit because we got to start thinking about going to we got to go in at Maalla, and I need to turn auto off. We're gonna have to dispatch ourselves now, guys, because he doesn't know. We rolling though. We were 60 just a second ago. We kind of dropped off a little bit here. Okay, we need to go in at Maalla. We got to go in the hole here. Let's drop this signal. Kill that bill. You're talking about the hang test where you had to hang on to the side of a car for so long? That was easy, dude. It's not nearly as bad as you'd think it is. All right, we got 40 and 3 through the turnout up here at Bessemer. This is a good train. She'll run. She'll go. Turn this off real fast. Yeah, we don't need all that mess. A couple of blasts for the depot back there. There, we got a approach diverging.
Norfolk, Southern, detected. Milesburg. 3, track 2, no defects.
All right, no defects. Got us another meet here. Another 3B train. Oh, he's gonna go. He went between us and the other train. That was dumb. All right, let's do this 40 up here for the turnout. kind of a longer train. I don't want to mess the air too much. She's 7,300 apiece, so she's not horrible, but all right. There's a lot of horn action there. Loop your arm through. Yeah, loop your arm. Like flex on that thing. You can stand there forever then. Stand and don't lean back. Like stand up on it. All right, another DD. All right, we got a diversion clear up here. Are coming out of dynamic. Well, I don't know. We got another sag up here. I was going to say we're going to pull out that other sag, but we got a pretty big sag here. We probably need to stay in light. All right, hang on, guys. Just bear with me. I'll catch up with chat in a second here. It's like a lot of stuff going on between all these crossings and having to slow up for this 40 and like do all the things. There's like 50 bazillion crossings through here. Bessemer is one of my favorite spots on the entire route. Bessemer is really cool. All right, there we go. Now I think we can pull out of it. All right, back to chat. Let's see. Man, I got behind a good bit here. If a girl is hanging around the track, she is picking you up or someone else. Or just someone else. Mrs. Spur has come and picked me up off. She's actually got us off the train. We went dead in the town that I lived in. And the dispatcher wanted to call us a taxi. We said, no, we got it. I called Mrs. Spur. I called Mrs. Spur from the locomotive over to the mobile dial. Called her. So if you had a scanner and you knew the mobile dial frequency, you could have heard us. We used to call and talk every once in a while. On the train. I'd call Mrs. Spur and talk to her and let her know what's going on. At the time, I didn't have a cell phone. All I had was a pager. That's how the railroad got in touch with me. Rip car. The NS hungers for Crown Vics, right? Yeah, that dude got nailed back there. The car was brave. Yeah, he went right. Yeah, he went right straight into the side of the other train. He got double hit. Like he went to the side of the other one and then got hit by us. SP Southern Pacific used to have female detectors. There was a long time that they said it was Majel Barrett from Star Trek. For a long time they said she did the voice of the SP detectors, but it wasn't her. It was another lady. They sounded a lot alike, but it wasn't Majel. That rumor went around for years and years and years on the railroad. Small areas like this where there's a bunch of small grades in a straight line is nice. You can see near the rear. Man, that mobile dial dated you, old man. Yeah, we use mobile dial a lot. On there, we use mobile dial a lot. So when I would be in the away terminal for way longer than I would be at home. So what would happen is Mrs. Spur would come to my away terminal and she would stay with me up there. We would stay there and go out to eat and do all the things because I was never at home long at all. Like I got called on my wrist all the time at home. So what I would do is when I got like about 2 hours outside of my away terminal, I would call Mrs. Spur up on the mobile dial. I'd call her at home and let her know that we were 2 hours out, and then she would hop in the car and drive up there, and then it would time out just about right. Like she would meet us. When you the Norfolk Southern on the A line and Florida and Georgia line, what is that? I don't get what you're asking there, Drifter. You played it a lot before the route came out. Greatest sound is the sound of dial up. All right, we got an approach. Yeah, we got an approach here. Okay, it's because we're going in at Maalla. I think the siding is just right up there. Yep. We'll just keep going along with it here for a bit. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a light in. I dropped it, but I never lined it. There we go. All right, let's grab a little air. Bail it off. We'll stay in the throttle, keep it stretched. It looked like that dude wanted to go for a second. It seemed like it. Oh man, I just realized I don't have my multi-chat up. Guys, I'm sorry. I'll have to get it in a second. I can't get it right now. I gotta mess with this. There's a lot of signals I need to know about that I'm not good at. If you're doing engineer tests, you wouldn't pass. It's a game, dude. You don't have to sweat it. You'll learn it as you go along. It's not a huge deal. Just pick one and go with it. If you're going to be running the fits and you're going to learn speed signals on CSX. All right, let's go ahead and let go of this. It's just a minimum. We could have stuck brakes with that, but I'm not worried about it because we're fixing to be stopping up here, so it's not a big deal. At least to me, in game, it's not a big deal. I don't sweat it. I can't see our light. Yeah, I can't see our light up here at all. I was hoping I could peek it so we could keep pulling on it, but the trees got it obstructed. It looks like I can kind of see it a little bit there, maybe peeking through. So we have to go up here in the hole at Maalla and we gotta split our train. That's basically what we're going to do. We're going to split it and take half of it down to Vance. I see some green peeking through. It's probably, it has to be a diverging clear. Back in my day, phones came in bags. Sure, Grandpa, no one sit. No, come sit down. Come sit down. I had a friend that had a bag phone when he was a junior in high school. It cost him a stupid amount of money for that thing. Like, it really just did. It was a crazy amount of money for that. What we got? Yeah, we got a diverging clear. We're good. We'll keep pulling on it. Brian, what's up, dude? Good morning. Another members club. Appreciate it, man. Darren Reeves, what's up, dude? Another members club in the house. Good morning, Spur. Glad I could catch the stream better than late than never. Appreciate it, guys. I really do. Yeah, we're doing the 395 autorack train down to Vance. It's been busy, man. We've had some meets. We've had a lot of stuff going on. Like, I'm kind of behind on the chat. I apologize. We'll catch up in a minute here when we get in the hole. When are we going to play some DCS? I know. I was literally just talking about that, Green Bean. I kind of had a hankering for jumping back in DCS. It's been a minute since I've been in there. DCS is one of those games you can't jump in DCS for a few minutes and be done. You know, like it takes a little bit of time, right? It takes you time to get the airplane started up and running, and then all the other things. Like, it's not a quick in and out game. Put some avocado oil in the pan. Yes, you could. Absolutely. You don't have to. Yeah, you absolutely, you could do that. Olive oil. Yes, for 20 minutes of service a month. What's that, Darren? Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing stopped and then peek chat too. Use the extra virgin olive oil. That'd be fine. I'd give it a good flavor. I'd give it a rich, full flavor. There we go. All right, let's go in the hole here. Oh, the bag phone. 20 minutes. Okay, I got, yeah. I can't remember what he got with that, but it was probably something like that. And I remember he finally, like, he couldn't afford it, and he got out of his contract early, and it was a crazy amount of money he had to pay to get out of that contract early. Like, I forget what, but I was like, dude, like yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. This has been years and years and years ago. Like I said, if we had bag phones, it was obviously years ago. Louisiana says, you playing and trying to read the chat is like being on your phone operating a train when you aren't supposed to. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it, dude. You can miss, all it takes is a split second and you can miss something, and then you're having a bad day, and it's piss test time. Yeah, yo, just be careful with the oil, okay? Don't burn your house down, all right? Like, that's not like that's a whole different cooking level from butter. You should be all right. You don't cook omelets on high heat anyway. Keep it low. Damn, I should have hit the counter. It don't matter. I know we're going to fit. We're going to fit up here. Let's line this guy. Let's keep him going. Is northbound here. We're gonna have to meet him somewhere. We'll keep bringing him north and see how that plays out. How long is this train? She is 7,300 feet. She's not bad. She's decent. Would you pull a stack train? I don't know. We'll do one sometime. Stack trains are so cliche, right? Like, everything is stacked nowadays. That's why I do other kind of trains, because a large majority of everything you see nowadays is, you know, some kind of stack intermodal deal or something like that. Oh man, this siding's got an intermediate signal. That's cool. We can keep pulling on it then. We'll do it in lunch break. When are you going to get that Discord link working? Is that still the old one in there? I went in there and got another one, but I think I did that one on X. Like, I can't remember. I need to, like, I don't do perpetual links. Okay, this is basically my deal with Discord, I said I don't do a lot with Discord. I'm not really a Discord person. We did have, like, we were pretty active in Discord back in the day, and we had some trouble with it. Someone got in there and was causing a lot of bad problems. So from that point on, I've kept it really, like, kind of locked down. I'll put another link out there, but you don't see a link anywhere. Maybe I took it out. I thought I did something with it, but I'll put another one out there. It's just going to be open for a few days, and then that one will go away too. I like, also our memberships closed. Memberships. You talk about in Discord, or where, or on here, or what kind of memberships? Okay, we got another approach. Know your channel. No, they're open, dude. They open all the time. You ever think about streaming on Twitch? I'm on Twitch right now, dude. Yeah, we're streaming on X, Twitch, and YouTube. You can't find the link? It should be just like join. There should be a join by name down at the bottom of the stream versus Spur Gaming, and then it should say join by it. I can't hop out and look. Run 8 does weird, like I'm capturing it on window mode, and if you tab out of the game, it does something to it. If you tab back in with OBS, like with it capturing it on window mode. Hey, no, you don't see membership. Really? There's no membership button anymore? It should be on there. You know what? Let me look on my phone. Why is there no like, there should totally be memberships. I don't, unless YouTube did something. We'll see. I just look on my phone here. When you joined, you had to do it on the website, not the app. YouTube's playing game. They could very well be. There's no telling with YouTube. Hang on. Try to run this train and surf my phone and watch. I'm breaking all the rules today, guys. Let's see. On my channel here. I hear her picking up speed a little bit. He's pushing through that sag back there. Here we go. Yeah, of course on the phone it doesn't show it. Ah, all going. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It should be up there. It should be on the website. I have to look at it after here. Yeah, she's still picking up speed. All right, let's go in dynamic. You need to watch delay and block. Oh, nice. Mother Slug just followed over on Twitch, man. I appreciate it. Man, that is a loud alert. I've got to I've got to fix that. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I used to stream a lot on Twitch. I used to stream exclusively on Twitch. Yeah, if you go to like my main channel page where it shows all the videos and stuff, it should be out beside my name. It should say join. If it's not, I have zero clue as to why it's not. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a thing. Or it's like I said, it's not showing on the phone app. All right, I have zero clue where this light is at. I think it's around this curve up here a little ways. Let's see. It says it's 1.3 miles away, so we're kind of good here. Keep easing up there. I don't know why YouTube would take my memberships down. Like I haven't done anything. I haven't been bad. They haven't sent me any warnings or anything. Like I haven't had any kind of strike or warning or anything from YouTube in a long time. Knock on wood. There we go. Italy, welcome to the members club. Someone's joined the members club. Nice, welcome, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Glad you found it. You had me worried. Like I was sweating bullets for a second. I was like, damn it. What has YouTube gone and done? Sweet. Yes. Hit them up with the W's. Yes. You got to do it on desktop. Really? You can't do it on the app. You can only... I've honestly never tried it on the app before. I don't know. So you can't do it, period, on the app? Like across the board for anyone? Or... Kilo, what's up? Following on Twitch. Let me get my multi-chat going while I'm doing it. Like I haven't figured out why Stream Elements is not giving me my multi-chat unless I tell it to give me my multi-chat. Then it'll do it. Multi-chat. Here we go. There we go. All right, I see you, Mother Slug. Over on the Twitch chat. Yes, I see it. Nice. I didn't know anyone played or stream Run 8 on Twitch. Yeah, there's not many people on Twitch doing Run 8. It's hard to be found on Twitch. That's my biggest problem with Twitch is like it's hard to be found on Twitch. You know, if you play a really obscure game like Run 8, then like people aren't really going to find it unless they know to look for it. If you play a big game like WoW, you're going to get buried under everyone. Like you're going to be buried so many pages deep. It's going to be freaking ridiculous how far you're buried. Sim gaming doesn't do well on Twitch. No, it really doesn't. You're right about that. You know, I left Twitch a long time ago and I went to YouTube. I got monetized on Twitch pretty quick, like way faster than YouTube. I mean, it went well, but there's some things I wasn't happy with on Twitch. So I went to YouTube and then I decided to go back to Twitch here recently. I thought, you know, I'm just going to multi-stream. It just does what it does. I'm not worried about anything. If it does good, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I'm not out nothing, right? So either way, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the membership. Idiotly, I appreciate you. Nash says it is showing join on your tablet. So it shows on the tablet, but not the phone? And on Rumble, no one talks on Rumble? I've kind of thought about Rumble. I thought about a bunch of them because, like, what does it hurt, right? Like, the exposure isn't going to hurt you. It may not do anything, but it's not going to hurt you, you know? So I kind of thought about that, but you'd have 15 viewers on Rumble and no one would say anything. Okay, we good right here. Let's grab a little air. Stop short of this crossing here. Get a full set. Get 10 pounds right now, so I don't have to worry about stuck brakes. Have you tried the new AGS route on Run 8? This is the AGS route, Louisiana. That's all I've run the last several streams and videos is the AGS route. Maybe it's an iPhone thing. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see one either on my Android. My little piece of crap A21. I didn't see anything about it. Okay, so we stopped here at Maalla. So what they supposedly do, this is what I've read, I don't know anything about it in real life, but supposedly what they do, they can only get so many cars to fit down here at Bends, so they'll double the train down there. So what we need to do is cut half our train off. We're running what, 77 empties. So we need to do roughly like 40 cars. I think 40 cars would fit. You love the AGS? Yeah, the AGS is a good route. It's a lot of fun. The AGS and the Fits are my two favorite in Run 8. We'll do Fits next time. It's a mystery. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, idiotly. I have zero clue. Young Gaming says he almost got nothing for his omelet. No cheese, no ham, no salt or pepper. Dude, you just gonna have egg. It's just gonna be egg. A plain egg omelet. You may as well just scramble them and eat them, dude. I wouldn't even go through the trouble of fixing an omelet. If that's all you got, just scramble them and have them that way, right? Now your dad's senses are going off. Just have some scrambled eggs, see? This is why does the baby have no food, right? He don't have the makings for an omelet. I'll be honest, sometimes we don't have the makings for omelet either. A lot of times we always have cheese, right? Like we always have shredded cheese. We've got some sausage. We can put some sausage in there. I think we got a little bacon we can put in there. We got some tomato. Like a lot of times we don't have the veggies to put in it. Just have some nice scrambled eggs, right? Scramble you up some eggs, put a little milk in there to fluff them up, and you're good to go. You do have sausage and bacon. Then you gotta fry that up first, though. You know, like at that point, it's why we don't do a lot of omelets. Like you got to go all in when you make an omelet. It's a big deal. Like an omelet isn't a quick, easy thing. Here's our ace hanging out. Okay, so we need to count off about 40 cars. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40. There we go, right here. This is the 40th car, give or take. I have the join on my Android phone also. Was he or she gifted a join and just not know? We had some people that were idiotly was looking for the join and membership button and he couldn't find it on his I guess on his phone. I'm not really sure. I kind of briefly looked at it on my phone. I didn't see anything jump out at me, but I was trying to do 50 bazillion things at one time too. Everyone needs to go over to Twitch. Quality of the stream is 50 times better, looking crystal clear. That's strange because Twitch is actually a lot lower bit rate and a lot lower resolution than YouTube. YouTube, I'm running 8,000 kilobytes per second at 1080, which is 6,000 kilobytes per second at 720. And even then, Twitch doesn't like it. It's telling me that it's unstable because I'm like every once in a while it sends a little bit more than 6,000. Nick says YouTube is clear for me. Coke says, a while back, Spur, I asked about freight traffic on the A line in real life, and what I found is there's daily L7, 11, Moncrief to Pecan, and the Boston Coal Train. Not sure when that runs. Yeah, the current day stuff, Coke, I don't know anything about, dude. If it's not early 2000s, I don't know any. I know absolutely zero about it. It's changed so much, right? Like it changes with the wind all the time. If you want to know early 2000s, I could tell you a lot about what ran on there back then, but otherwise, yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm trying to decide if I want to pull these guys down and cut them off or just leave and just like cut it here. We may just cut it here, honestly. Save ourselves a little trouble. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll just cut it here. All right, let's close this guy. Open the coupler. Get some handbrakes here. Just need a couple. I think it's relatively flat right here. We'll put 2 on it. All right, let's see what she's doing. Let's go back to this. There we go. Brakes still knocking off. It says YouTube is clear. Yeah, you might want to make sure that you're on 1080. The 1080 resolution on YouTube. Sometimes they'll bump it down. I noticed that. I was watching some videos earlier this morning and they were getting bumped down to low resolution. Repairs really do need to go grocery shop. Yeah, today's grocery shopping day for Spur, so 3 hours of sleep sport birds dragging today. Making inventory at young. My mom would love that. Sometimes just be nice about it. True, yeah, you could write down. We try to keep a list of like what we need throughout the week, right? Let's hang a flag on this dude. We don't need an EOT. We'll put a flag on it. Oh, I then lost my cut. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so we pulled her down a little bit. Oh, we're still. You just rolled on us, so we're still in dynamics. I didn't even realize that. I think we'll ease her ahead a little bit here. I'm 33 and still call my mom mama or mama. She don't like that one though, right? Okay, this should be good here. Now we gotta work out our light and what this other guy's doing. All right, so we should have 40. Yeah, we got 40 empties. We'll take these down to Vance. Make that conductor walk all that way back up there. Well, I mean, in real life, what we could have done, he could have rode the bottom up here to this crossing. We could have pulled up here and then shoved back and picked him up. We're going to make him walk, though, to save time. Someone had to pull that cut lever. Youngsters are finally out of class. Yeah, I hear you on to sleep though. My youngest daughter hadn't been sleeping good at night. She's been having a lot of nightmares and stuff and waking us up. Like I don't know what's going on with that. She's going through a huge growth spurt, so I think that has something to do with it. Okay, so we need to figure out our light. We got a little bit of time to do this, make this happen. Let's go. Let's just line ourselves in at Mercedes with the 40 cars and give ourselves a light. Oh, we got to line that switch. There we go. Now we're good. We'll bring this other guy up. We'll hold him. We got this pig train coming up. There we go. All right, we should be good. Let's blast off, guys. All right, we take the 40 to Vance. We'll take the 40 to Vance, spot them up, come back, and get the other cars. I think it's just shy of 40. This is a 40-mile-an-hour turnout here. Young said, Darren said, what'd you learn? Immediately said that his parents need to go get groceries. Right? He did learn some algebra and stuff. More of that Canadian lingo by Tibbs. I mean EOT. Wait, did I miss something, Maverick? What's your max speed without a Tibbs? For us is 15. Back in the day it wasn't 15. That may not have been right, dude. We used to run a flag on the bottom of a local all the time, and we ran. As far as I can remember, we ran. Like I don't ever remember it being I want us. It seems like if we had an EOT hanging and it wasn't functional, we were a 30-mile-an-hour train. I think that's how that went down. Maybe. I think it could have very well. I'm really fuzzy on that. I remember hanging a flag a lot on locals. I'm not going to go any further into that. Maybe we weren't doing it the way we're supposed to. You know, it wasn't like we pulled out the rule book and looked at stuff. we just did it and sent it. So I wanted. Okay, I remember getting a rail train one night. Flag flashing, flashing light, EOT, all that's legal. Yeah, I remember having a rail train. So we got called for a rail train one night. We had to taxi out in the middle of nowhere and get this thing. It was in the siding. And I'm not going to incriminate myself. Yeah, it has been over 20 years, but like we had this rail train and I remember I saw the train master before we taxied up there to get it. And he said, listen, you need to take some batteries with you because I guarantee that train's been set up there for a while. He's like, the EOT is going to need a battery. So I took 2 batteries with me because battery, like you never could get a good battery. They were always crap. So I took 2 with me up there. We go get on the train and I go to the bottom and I put a battery in and it wouldn't work. And I put the other battery in and it wouldn't work. So we didn't have a working EOT at that point. So we called the dispatcher up. I do remember this. We called him up and I told him, I said, look, I was like, we're loaded up and ready to go. I said, but our EOT is not working. We're a 30-mile-an-hour train. And he told me, I quote, get back in the taxi. I don't have time for you. That is what he said. He's like, if y'all just a 30-mile-an-hour train, I don't need you on my railroad. Taxi back. And so we did. We got back in the taxi and we went back. Like that's I do remember that. I do remember that. But if the EOT goes out en route as a 30-mile-an-hour, is a 30-mile-an-hour train. First fix get a letter 20 years after he left the railroad. No, I'm good. Yeah, we didn't do anything. We didn't get on the railroad. As far as the stuff that we did with the flags before, I don't know. We did hang a flag. I do remember that. Imagine management just watching you, hearing your stories. The statute limitations, I think it doesn't apply anymore. What are they gonna do, fire me? We did hang a flag a lot of times on locals. I don't ever remember only doing 15 mile an hour with a flag on the bottom. I want to say we sent it. I want to say we sent it. So I don't know. I don't remember any of that stuff. Like that's the kind of stuff that like I completely like got shredded in my brain after I left. FRA has your location. It'd be all right. We're doing 30 now. We'll kind of, you know, we'd have to look at it. I'm not digging out the rule book. Basically, I'm not looking at the rule book. I had a dream a few nights ago that I got called back to the railroad. They wanted me to work. I don't know why. I got forced back somehow. And I didn't have any track bulletins. I didn't have any paperwork. I didn't have a time to, I had nothing. And I was trying to get this stuff and I had nothing. I didn't even know how to print my bulletins out. I had nothing. And I was asking people to help and they would kind of show me how to help, but I still couldn't do it. I couldn't. Still Rail Fan, what's up, dude? Thanks for the sub. I couldn't do it. This is a legit dream I've had. I couldn't remember any of that. Charles, what's up, dude? Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, man. And then we taxi to the train, and I get on the train in my dream, and like part of the handrails were missing off of it. It was like a U-25, kind of a U-25 looking piece of crap. It was a horrible dream. It was a horrible dream. I hated it. I was so freaking lost. I had no clue what to do. I didn't have any paperwork, and they're like, you got to go, you got to take this train. I was like, I don't have any paperwork. And they were like, I don't care. And like I said, I was asking people to help me, and they would show me on these old computers, but it wasn't enough for me to figure out like how to do it. So yeah, it sucked. Railroad police drones en route. Yeah, I don't know anything. We're doing okay. We're doing 30 with the flag. It'll be all right. Still says, what you running? We running the 395 on the AGS South. We just took this train to Maalla. We put it in the siding. We cut 40 cars off. We're going to take them down to Vance and spot them up down at the plant. You can only double it down there. You can't take all of them at one time. So that's what we're talking about. We cut the bottom of the train off. I didn't rehang the EOT. I just stuck a flag on the bottom because, I mean, we used to do that in real life. So we're debating the legality of that. I think it was different back then. Honestly, the 15 is probably a Canadian thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's been over 20 years. It could very well change. I just know we, like, a lot of locals, I did not hang an EOT. We used a flag. It depends. Some locals we used an EOT. I'm trying to think one that I worked a lot in particular. I don't remember hanging an EOT on that train. I really don't. I really don't. I think we just stuck a flag on there and went with it. Like, we just sent it. Wait a second. What train sim you on? We're on run 8, dude. It wasn't questioning legality. I was just curious. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. It's all in fun. I really, honestly, I don't know. We're just going with it. Brian says, use out of the shower. Give me a few minutes to find MTR. Search the rule book. Yeah, I don't even have my rule book. That's the one thing. I got my timetables. I don't have. I think my rule books are back home with my mom and dad in Alabama. So I had a big plastic container that I kept by the back door when I worked for the railroad. And when I would come back from a trip, I would take all that crap, like all the bulletins and stuff, out of my bag and just throw them down in there. So there's a plastic container at my parents' house somewhere, probably out in the garage or the storage building, that is full of like 3 years worth of bulletins and stuff like that. And like, it's probably got my rule books in it and all that stuff. Like, I probably just threw everything in there. I'd like to find it. We're running 8 right now, and there's like 4 heritage units on one train. Yeah, we're running the NS. We're on the AGS South. Yeah, I'm curious now what the rule says as far as flags, U.S. stateside, like what it is for CSX. I don't know. There was probably a lot of stuff back in the day that we probably didn't do right, I would say. I remember, okay, to tell you this, like, you know, in 100 years it's going to be gold. Like, yeah, all that documentation. Yeah, I've got it somewhere. I know I do. I didn't throw any of that stuff away. I threw it. It was a big green plastic container. I can picture it like it was yesterday. It sat right by the front door behind the couch, and I just threw all that stuff in there. Yeah, I would give you a good example of things that we did that's like a huge no-no, but I was specifically told we could do this. Was like, we had a train one time on a 1% grade that we're trying to do a brake test on, and the previous engineer that MU the locomotives together jacked them all up, and so the locomotive brakes weren't actuating right. And so we're trying to do this brake test, and the train kept creeping, like trying to creep out of the siding. And so every time, like, me and my brakeman, we went back and we tied on a whole bunch of handbrakes to hold it, because it was a rock train and that thing was creeping like crazy, and we couldn't get the brakes to actuate on the locomotive. And that was like the second or third train I'd ever been called for. My brakeman hired with me, so neither one of us knew shit. We didn't know anything about it. And eventually the train master and the road foreman of engines wound up out there, and they were really good guys. They were old heads. They had hired out in the 70s. And I never forget, they told me, they said, if you're trying to do something like recharge your brakes or do something to your brakes, and your train is creeping on you, They said put it in reverse and push against it. Now with DC traction motors, like that's a big deal. That specifically tells you in the rule book not to do that, but not to hold your train with the power, right? But they told us to do it. Hold your train with the power. And I knew a lot of engineers that did that too. If they want to hold a train on a grade and keep it from rolling out on you, they would put it in reverse and push against it a little bit. Yeah, keep moving your eggs around so they don't burn. Also, if you put some milk in it, it'll fluff them up. All rule books and timetables are digital now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I've got one set of, I've got one tonnage graph from a piggyback that I ran. I think I've got a few bulletins too here at the house. You saw a Southern Railroad business car lavatory ticket behind plexiglass. It's like ancient Egypt. It's like an artifact, right? That's hilarious. I wish I did more pictures. I wish I documented more stuff when I worked. I didn't care at the time. It was just a job. I didn't care about any of that. I took a few pictures, but in your train journals, unless going to the US, the journals are digital. So when you say journal, are you talking, is that like our bulletins or is that like a tonnage graph? Consist. Okay, so that's like a tonnage graph for us. Okay, we need to go back to that so I know what's going on. This train is moving. Yeah, she's rolling now. Yeah, we could potentially be breaking all kind of rules. We're just going to get with it. I'll say we definitely didn't do everything right back in the day. Like, some things were just a suggestion. And sometimes you were told it was just a suggestion. You know, like, it's hard to explain. I was just glad I had upper management that were old head railroaders that actually did the job and knew. He told me one time, I was getting on a taxi to taxi somewhere, and he was asking me if I had this, and this, and I said, yeah, I did. I said, we're good. And he was like, you know, I could get you for anything at any point. And I was like, really? You think you could? He's like, I know I could. He's like, did you check your tires on your taxi? And I was like, nope. He's like, I could get you for that right now. And he, of course he didn't. Like, we were just joking about it, but like, he's like, I could get you for that right now. You didn't inspect the taxi before you left. Wedding band was another one. Like, wearing your wedding band, they could get you for that. Of course, you're not supposed to wear your wedding band. I did. I wore mine. He knew I wore it. Sometimes I would take it off. This is how cool my train master was, okay? When we were working the yard job at the paper mill, and that's a remote job, and the FRA used to love to come up there to pick on that job. I don't know why. But he would call you up. He would call you up on the phone and be like, hey, the FRA is out tonight. Y'all keep an eye out. Or he would tell you, hey, we have a hit team out. Y'all know what you need to do. Like, he would give, at least with me, he would give a heads up. He'd give you a heads up and let you know, like, that you need to be on your game, right? So you wouldn't get run off. Let's keep lining this guy. I used to do that as an NCO my last couple of months before I got out. I was a young E5. It had to be mean because I was known as being a funny, carefree soldier. Yeah. Sometimes you have to set those boundaries, right? Like, you have to let people know. We had one old head conductor one time. They had a hit team. Like we had, you know, in the last stream I talked about how we had a bunch of people get killed like right there together on CSX. We had like 3 people get killed in a short span of time. And so they were sending hit teams out everywhere, like the hit teams out of Jacksonville. And that the foreign hit teams were the ones that you really had to worry about because they didn't give an F. They didn't know you. They didn't care. They were going to get you, right? And so they sent a hit team up to this this yard where this little local was based out of, and there's this old head had been working on it for years and years and years and years and years. This dude hired out like in the 70s. Probably worked that local for 20 years. And the hit team came in the yard office up there, and he told them straight up to their face right out the gate. He's like, if y'all going to write me up, go ahead and do it now because I have a busy day. Told them that to their face. And they just, from what I heard, I wasn't there. This is a story, one of those railroader stories is passed down, but they just looked at him dumbfounded. Right? Like they just looked at him like, what? He's like, if you're going to write me up, go ahead and do it now because I have a busy day. So, yeah. SWAT teams now. Yeah, SWAT. We called them hit teams back in the day. We have a train master like that. You play golf with him. He's a former conductor, so he's cool. Yeah, I remember the former conductor that trained me. He saw my dad. He saw my dad. It was years after I quit. He told my dad, he's like, that's the best move your son ever made. Was pulling the pin on the railroad. SWAT teams. You hated to be paid to be a jerk, but you were good at it. Also proud that my soldiers are really well trained and were all successful in their careers and they survived the rest of the war on terror. I hear you on that, dude. That would be very satisfying to know. Completely different. Like, yeah. I mean, the railroad too, people can get hurt out there, hurt and killed too if you're not careful about it. But like, I think with us, what they really look for were for people that were careless and just didn't think and didn't care. You know, they didn't care, they didn't think, they didn't have their head screwed on their shoulders. They were like super oblivious and unaware of their surroundings and what was going on. I think that's like what our local guys kind of looked for and went after were those guys. Like I was always told that there was a list. There was basically like a list of people that they had to watch that they knew was going to be a big deal. Okay, we gotta get some air. I could have swore I saw a whistle post back there. I don't know where that was for, but young can't mess up unless you burn it. Glad you got some food, right? Absolutely. So we're just gonna have to hit up lunch in a bit. Damn, I didn't even bail these brakes off. I'm a bad engineer, guys. Bad. We got flat spots on all our wheels now. Drifter's begging for some foaming. Do the rail fan. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll rail fan in a second here. Hang on. There we go. There you go. Little rail fan action. All right, let's hop back in before we tear something up. I need to let go of this air. We got this 20 up here. It's a blitz here. Most of the time these guys aren't even rules qualified. I snuck up on one of them and he was hiding in his truck behind some bushes. I snuck up behind him and tapped on the window. Is it? Yeah, we got lights on. Yeah, we absolutely. You just can't see them that good on this locomotive for some reason, but they're on. You can see them at the right angle. You can kind of see it. Yeah, they did look off. I think it's because they're against that white background and they don't show up that great. Like at some points you can see it really good. The lights honestly have never been that great in this game. That's one thing I think they could improve upon, right? Is the lights. As far as speed restrictions for a flag, you don't see any? Yeah, I don't remember us having... I think there was a limit on how far we could go, right? Like, with a flag hanging on the bottom, you were limited on how far out you could go. If there was any kind of limitation, I want to say that was it, but I can't say for sure. This is a small omelet. Dude, major props to Young for making an omelet at 12 years old. I was doing good to fix mac and cheese at 12. Like, that was a huge deal for me. What's up, Alan? How you doing, man? Welcome to streams. This first Holland bonus train is a great engineer. I do all right. I keep it upright. I keep it upright. I try not to break anything. Just looked at my MTR. I can't find anything about the speed, but I know it's 30 mile an hour for losing EOT and route. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that part. It must work when you leave, but can't fail it. Yeah, if it fails en route, then you're 30 mile an hour train. Yeah, keep it upright and together. That's all you can ask for. Nothing in the NS 2023 OR book. Really, no limitations at all for having a flag on the bottom of your train and not an EOT. I could have swore there was a limit on how far we could go, but maybe I've got that confused with something else. There's no telling. Like I said, it's been over 20 years. Not that you could find, really. Okay. Well, there you go. Next time we run with a flag on the bottom, we're going to crank that shit to 11. Protein is good. Yeah, absolutely.
Norfolk, Southern, detected. Milepost. 177.8. Track 1.
That's why I love Chinese, but it doesn't last with you. You eat Chinese buffet, and as soon as you get out to the parking lot, you're hungry again. First time cooking with oil too. I'm glad you were successful, Young. I don't want that to be a bad outcome, bro. Like, oh, here's our train up here waiting. So we've got a diverging approach into the siding. His other bad boy sitting up here waiting on us. I'm glad we were there to give him guidance on his first time using cooking oil in a skillet. Yeah, that could go south really fast. Be careful with the cooking oil in the skillet. Don't cook too hot. Not only will you burn your food, you'll have a bad day. Glad you didn't burn a house down, right? Yes. Yes. That's like the ultimate goal is don't burn your house down, bro, please. Dasher, what's up, dude? Morning. Welcome to stream, bro. We got a lot going on. I'm trying to keep up with the chat and do this train, and we're doubling it down to Vance. 901, what's going on, man? Just dropped to say hi, heading out to lunch with Mrs. 901. Well, I hope y'all enjoy your lunch. I'm going to be doing that shortly here with Mrs. Spur in about 40 minutes, maybe, give or take here. Yeah, with oil, never go above medium high heat. Oh yeah, 3 is good. Like, when you cook in omelets, you don't want to cook it on high heat anyway, so I mean, you used to do this in real life, didn't you? Yes, Gasher. I was a conductor for a few years. It wasn't very long. I pulled the pin pretty quick. Barbecue sounds good, 901. I'd love some barbecue. Barbecue brisket sandwich sounds really good right now. All right, this train here is the 130. Usually says I miss barbecue. Yeah, we have a ton of barbecue around here. Barbecue's just not cheap. Barbecue's not cheap anywhere.
Norfolk,
Oh, you can't eat it anymore? That sucks. I cook some pretty good barbecue chicken. Believe it or not, my girls love my barbecue chicken. Man, they tear that stuff up. Like, they'll eat like 2 or 3 thighs. Like, if I do barbecue chicken, they absolutely love it, which really kind of surprised me because they're kind of picky, right? You even started to talk to it like an adult. You talking to your omelet? Yeah, I talk to my omelet too, especially when I'm trying to flip it. I'm like, don't F this up. Please. Spur wasn't paying attention. We got our switch up here we got to catch. I think we're going to be good here. Is this a hand? It looks like it's a hand throw. I think it is a hand throw. Nice. Okay, so when you grab this hand throw, find us an empty track, pull these 40 in there, run around it, and then go back. Did you get bit by that ticket, Italy? I'm definitely scared of that thing. What? Wait, what ticket? What? Pulled pork, 6 hours. I love pulled pork. There's not a lot of good pulled pork around here where I live in Texas. Believe it or not, it's more beef barbecue, right? There's one place over in Oklahoma that has really good pulled pork, but it's kind of a drive to get over there. And okay, let's get our hand throw. Let's go up in here, see where we're going to take this thing. Probably down this middle track right here, I would think. I don't see how we're going to put 70 cars in here. Yeah, guys, I don't know. We may have to fire this plant switcher up and take this thing, like, before we bring the other ones. I don't know about this. That's not long enough for 40 cars for sure. I know they have to double it in here. I absolutely remember reading that. I read that in the documentation. This route has the best documentation of any route I've ever played. All right, let's ease up in there. You had gallbladder surgery and I still have complications. Dude, I've heard so many people, like, they wanted to take my gallbladder out, and this was years ago, and I wouldn't let them. I didn't let them take my gallbladder out. Because I knew so many friends that had their gallbladder taken out, and they said that things didn't get better for them afterwards, right? Like, it was the same. So they said, at first they said it was my gallbladder, and what my symptom was like extreme pain, right upper quadrant pain, like right at the bottom of my ribs. Like sometimes it felt like someone had hit me there with a baseball bat, like just as hard as they could. Like I would get so sore there, and upset stomach and everything. And they said it was my gallbladder, but then later on they diagnosed it as IBS in my hepatic flexure that like comes and goes from time to time. But I didn't have my gallbladder taken out. This job could use a 3-man crew, so it's probably, yeah, it's probably a 2-man job. I mean, it's a road train, so it probably just an engineer conductor. It was like they were changing oil and it went 6 months of hell and I lost 60 pounds. That's what you had? Yeah. You just now starting to get better? Yeah, you're right. I don't have the pain nearly like years ago. I stayed in so much pain, dude. Like you have no idea. It literally felt like someone had just hit me in the side, like with a baseball bat. It hurt so bad all the time. And I've managed that. Like I've got that under control now where it's a lot better. I hardly ever hurt. So it's gotten really mild, but like originally they're like, this is your gallbladder, we want to take it out. I'm like, no, because I had that pain, the right upper quadrant pain, but it never hurt into my shoulder. And I've always heard like if you have gallbladder problems, one, it makes you puke, which it never made me puke, and two, it hurts up into your shoulder, and it never hurt. Like I've never had shoulder pain. I am grateful that I can fit in my uniform again. The wife likes looking at me in the uniform. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I'm glad you're feeling better. I feel for you, dude. Like, I really just do. We're fixing to run through this switch right here. It's a run through switch. It'll be all right. Nah, we stopped. We all right. We all right. All right, let's get this switch. Yeah, this does need to be a 3-man crew. I've read a few people in Run 8, they walk everywhere in game. I couldn't do that. Like, I have to fly. I'll walk a little bit, but... Let's see. Let's see how far are we hanging out. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to fire up the plant switcher. We're not gonna be able to bring the other half down. Like, we got to get the plant switcher and we got to do some things, because this isn't like... yeah. Okay, well, let's drag this guy into clear. Man, I kind of goofed this up, honestly. We should have left... Well, no. Maybe not. Because there's not really a good run-through track. Maybe not. We're going to send it. Screw it. We're going to send it. We'll do it live! Let's go. Go, dude. Let's release the independent here, the indie. What's a third man? So a crew, you would have like an engineer, a conductor, and a brakeman. On a yard job, we call our conductors footboard yard master. And I think the guy, like at that point, they were a switchman. I hope I go into power. Motor this thing, Spur. It's not going to go anywhere if I don't motor it. We do it live. You know that. You know what I'm talking about. The great freak out. That was when YouTube was great, man. You could see so much random stuff on YouTube back in the day. Back in the early days of YouTube, I honestly can't remember like the very first time I ever watched. Like, YouTube has just always been around. I remember when it came about in the early 2000s, but you watched that when it happened. Bill O'Reilly freaking out. You heard locals were 2-man jobs. Yeah, it depends on the local. I don't know what it's like now, but some of our locals were 2-man and some were 3-man. Some of them had either or, depending on the job. A lot of times the 2-man locals that we had absolutely needed to be 3-man locals, but it just didn't work out that way. There, you gotta drag this guy into clear. Your first YouTube video was Charlie the Uno. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, YouTube was what, around 06? I think my first memories of YouTube, okay, Mrs. Spur and I was playing Star Wars Galaxies back in the day, and I want to say we went to YouTube to see some clips from Star Wars Galaxies, like some really early Star Wars Galaxies clip that were like filmed by people with fraps and stuff like that. You know, it's back in the days of Ventrilo. Who remembers Ventrilo? That's what we used to use to talk to our guild. Oh, there was Ventrilo. Was it 05? Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 04 to 06, somewhere in there. Hoosier, what's up, dude? How you doing? Good morning, man. We're here at Vance. We're pulling our train in the clear here. He was a country boy. Didn't get internet until he was in the army, unless it was at school. Yeah, we had internet when I was like, we got internet when I was probably 10. I think we were 10. We had Prodigy, and we used to have to make a long distance phone call to get on the internet. So it wasn't very often that we got on the internet. And then we had a connection to America Online through Auburn University, and and it was a 1-800 number that you would dial up, and you could do that. Like, that worked out really good. So that's when we were actually on the internet. Who just said, just woke up. Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. I could have slept in late this morning too, though. I slept amazing last night. I was out. I don't think I moved. You ever woke up in the morning and you're just like sore? Like my entire right side was sore because I don't think I moved the entire night. Like my hip was killing me. I don't think I rolled over. Hey, well, you've got mail. All right, 901. You have a good rest of your day, friend. We'll talk to you later. Remember having a party line? Yes, our neighbor had. We didn't have a party line, but the neighbor down the street from us absolutely had a party line. Like going out that old country road. Like we kind of lived on the outskirts of town. We had a farm, but it was on the outskirts. Our neighbor just down the road from us, like a mile down the road, they had party line. Says that's not nice because you didn't sleep good last night. Oh, I hope you sleep good tonight, dude. Who's your hitting up all? Okay, these emojis, I made those. That was me. I did that. That was totally me. All those I made. Custom Spur emojis. So you get something that Spur made himself with the membership. I need to make some more. I think now that we've gained some more members, it's like the carrot on the stick. YouTube's like, if you get more members, you get more emojis. So we might actually get a few more emojis. I got to figure out what I want to do next, though. I do appreciate you guys for the membership, though. It means a lot. I really do appreciate it. Okay, make sure we're not hitting anything up here. Yeah, this little yard is way smaller than what I thought it was going to be, guys. A that'll do emoji? Yeah, that might be a good one. That'll do. A train one? Yeah, I'll look at that. The thing about emojis is like I did all these. I feel like they translate pretty well. You know, that's the thing is like you get an idea and you're like, yeah, I want to do that for an emoji. And then when it's like that 28 by 28 square, it doesn't. It's like, why is that a blob? It looks like a little red blob. Like, what is that supposed to be? You like the fire? Yeah, the fire truck turned out pretty good. It's almost on the verge of not translating, but you can tell what it is. You can tell. I need to do something with a train, though. You're absolutely right. I think a train would be good. I like messing with that stuff. I don't like the editing. Editing is my least favorite thing, but I like the production stuff. I like figuring this stuff out. Like, and we're fixing to do some new stuff too. Believe it or not, we've got even more stuff that we're going to be doing within the next week or so. I like messing with the audio. Like I take pride in my audio. Like I think it's okay. It's decent. It's definitely not the worst that I've ever heard. I've worked a lot on audio. I've read a ton on audio and okay, where are we going to put these guys? We need to I guess this next track inside right here is where we could do it. So let's get a handbrake on this guy. We'll put one on. Grab this. So anyway, Brian, you were saying, back to the NS rules, you basically said that there's no limitation to hanging a flag on the bottom of your train per NS, right? Is that basically what we decided? You got to get up and edit. You're just so tired. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Sometimes it's hard for me to get motivated to edit too. Like I suck at editing. I am not an editor. I know people that was their whole study in school was editing, right? Like that's a whole thing in itself. Knowing how to edit and pacing. It's the pacing. Like I know the ins and outs of how you physically, like how you edit something. It's the pacing. Like it's an art. How you edit things and pace it to make it more entertaining and enjoyable and stuff like that. That's the hard part. You couldn't find anything in the rules, but you're sure there's unwritten rules? Yeah, you know, they always dig those unwritten rules up when they want to get you, right? When they want to get you something is when they dig in that back pocket, they get that unwritten rule. Old ACO whistle board. Yeah, I like the ACO whistle posts, the big concrete ones. Those things were like 500 pounds. They were like really freaking heavy. Why they lasted for decades. I've got a southern whistle post in my parents' house. Believe it or not, our property was bordered by an old central Georgia line. And I was outside playing. It was tore up when I was a kid, ripped up, and in the early 80s. And I was playing out in the railroad right away one time, and buried under a whole bunch of rock and stuff, I found a whistle post. Like, it had just gotten knocked over and buried, and I found it was like pristine. It's at my parents' house behind their garage right now. Yeah, posted is short in a whole month. Short at, I don't know. Shorts just never really seemed like they did much for me, honestly. I tried them a few times. Oh, we left that guy fouling that track. That's not good. That's not good at all. You know what? We're going to straighten that out with the plant switcher, though, so it'll be okay. It's a no-no, though. We left it in the foul. All right, let's all right, now we got to shove. All right, back to the bottom. Hopefully these cars will clear up. And then we'll fire up the plant switcher. We'll kind of move this stuff around. At night, you have to have a light. During the day, a flag is fine as of 2012. Okay. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I remember Hank, like, I don't remember putting an EOT on a lot of our locals. There's one or two that were kind of long distance locals that we absolutely put an EOT on, but like 99% of the time, from what I remember, we just threw a flag back there and didn't mess with it. And I kind of thought we had a restriction on how far we could go with it, but that could be just me being fuzzy on it. But I definitely don't remember any speed restrictions or anything like that. Oh, you live 45 minutes from Saluda. Yeah, you can't get any more southern than that. I like the OG southern units. That tuxedo scheme looks so freaking good. Did it not? Like that? That's a classic. It's a classic. Like, a black locomotive can't look any better than with that southern scheme on it. Like, it just looked really good. Was it slept wrong on your hip? Yeah, I wake up. Mine was grouching me pretty good. Like I said, I think it's because I didn't move though. Oh, you're saying a whistle post for an emoji. I got you. Sorry, I had to go back through because I felt like I missed something. Kerbo commented on one of your videos. You're over the moon. That's awesome. I like Kerbo a lot. Kerbo's a good guy. He's been interacting with this channel for a long time. He's helped me out a lot. I really appreciate him for what he's done. The tuxedo scheme is awesome. And those green and white F units. No, you got sciatic nerve trouble. Here, let's shove this guy on down. Also, we're fixing to have to bust up out of here for Spur's lunch date in a bit here. So we'll probably just spot these cars up and call it good. We'll save this world and then we'll pick up. He's got DPU on the bottom. I just noticed that. I don't even think this is going to fit, guys. It might. Maybe. We're running out of tracks. Yeah, I think the next time we do this save, we're going to have to do the plant switcher and move some stuff around. Turbo and you or what? Maybe start back content creating. That's cool, man. I appreciate that. I really do. You got your cup of Joe, so you're good. The switch, yeah, we're going to have to take the switcher over here in a bit. We probably won't get to it today because, like I said, I think I have to go meet Mrs. Spur for lunch, but probably maybe the next video The butthead. We call them butt heads. These engines right here, we call them butt heads. I need to get that pack. I don't have the pack. This is just what comes with the game. They're pretty nice. I was only ever on one. We didn't, those were more down in Florida than anywhere. Like, I don't even really remember seeing them in Waycross that much, honestly. Just had a power failure. Where we at? We're down at Vance. We're in the plant, the yard for the Mercedes plant. We doubled over. We're spotting our cars up. You like the SW1500s? Yeah, those are pretty nice. Those are really nice. I like them. I saw some contests down in Florida. I thought it was the coolest lash up ever. They had two SW1500s, but they were nose to nose, so cab out. That's how they were running them down there. Cab out on each end, and I just thought that was like the coolest look for those, to have two of them cab out like that. Okay, I think this is good enough right here. Oh man, we're just hanging out, just like yeah, we'll cut this off right here. We'll have to spot these somewhere else. Okay, let's get a break. Close you off. Open the coupler. All right, let's take them ahead. 4 cars. Yeah, we got 4 cars. I don't see how we could bring the other cars down here. Like, we've got 37 more cars to bring down here. There's no way that's going to fit. Yeah, there's no way that's going to fit. This is way more complex of a job than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest. I didn't know it was going to be this involved. Oh, it's going to be a simple in and out procedure. Love that. My cousin Vinny, he goes up in there, he's like, it's just going to be an in and out procedure. He's like, it's your ass, not mine. The kid's freaking out. He's like freaking out in the jail cell because he thought he was a prisoner. He didn't know he was their lawyer. Who's seen that movie? Man, I love that movie. That movie is so freaking funny. Right, idiot Lee. He's like, it's a simple in and out procedure. Oh, that's a classic. That's like a freaking classic. Absolutely. I didn't mean to do that. Doggone it. Let's go back. Let's just shove it in there. We got our switches line into clear. We're just going to grab onto that cut right there. Let's shove them in. My cousin Vinny is great. It's a classic. Oh, that movie. Man, they don't make good movies anymore, right? Like, they really just don't. Mrs. Spur and I watched all our Christmas action movies, like, right before Christmas. You know, we watched Lethal Weapon. We watched Die Hard 1 and 2. Right now we're watching Rush Hour. Like, they just don't make good movies anymore. Like, they really just don't. Joe Pesci reminds you of your Italian side, your family from Chicago. They love your hillbilly butt. That's hilarious. They only remake, yeah, they remake the same thing nowadays. Like, they don't make anything original, and then when they do it, it sucks. It sucks like no tomorrow. Like, all the remakes, like, every once in a blue moon, a remake might kind of be okay, but like, it's just they can't do anything original anymore. Like, they're tapped out. And it's like and when they do something original, it completely bombs, and then they're out like $300 million. So I guess they feel like they can do a remake of something and try to recoup some money, and it's guaranteed to make them some money. Use the 70 Ace to be a leader, pull coal hoppers. Yeah, we could do that sometime. We absolutely. The Ace is going to be the leader when we go back to get those other ones next time. Let's feather this brake a little bit here. That's what a lot of engineers that I worked with back in the day, I absolutely remember them feathering the independent on and off. Like, it wasn't just all on or all, like, they worked it back and forth, you know? Rush Hour is my jam. Bite it, Lee, with your tiger teeth. We got
What's wrong with you?
that's my man right there. Different movie, but still.
What's wrong with you?
Some of you might know what movie that's from. Roburner, what's up, dude? Welcome. You just caught the tail end of the stream. Spurs fixing to have to bust out of here and go to lunch. We had a great stream. I appreciate you jumping in. We're just spotting these cars up here at Vance at the automotive place. Fifth Element, yes, it is the Fifth Element. You're absolutely right. Love Ruby Rod. That was another good one. I just laughed so hard that just kids just checked on you. What had you laughing? I love Ruby Rod. Ruby Rod is hilarious. Such a good character, right? Like the characters back then were so good and well developed. Okay, we're just gonna make these solid right here. All right, that'll do. Yeah, you guys gave me some good ideas for emojis. I appreciate that. We'll have to I'll have to see about that. I gotta look at YouTube and see what they give me now, because they only give you so many, right? Like they say you got to get more memberships. The more memberships you get, the more emojis you can do and that sort of things. Lilu Dallas multi-pass. Your headlight is on dim. It's supposed to be on bright. Yeah, it's on bright. Working independent is why belt pack's so dangerous. When you put the box to stop it, it puts it full and independent, and it can cause the wheels to lock up and skid. So you can't feather it with the belt pack. You can't work it on and off. Is that the problem? Like you can't work it back and forth? Okay, so we're good. Let's lock them up into clear here. There we go. Everything's good. We left this one track. It's in the foul. It's all right though. We'll get that with the plant switcher next time, maybe. Got the plant switcher we can do something with. We got to get this 394 train out of here. Like I guess he needs to double over. I'm not 100% sure how they work this job. Okay, yeah, so these are loads. These are all outbound. Ross. What is Ross? I thought this train went to Brunswick, Georgia for export. What is Ross? Hammer, what's up, dude? This is how you doing today? I'm doing great, man. We're unfortunately we're fixing to have to wind this up. We've been at it for a little while. Not too terribly long, but for a little while. Spurs got a lunch date with Mrs. Spurs, so we're going to have to hit that up in a minute. But it's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it. We brought our auto rack train down here. We split it at Maalla. The bottom half of the train is sitting at Maalla. We doubled it up here to Vance. We spotted it up. We'll have to go back and get that other half at some point, maybe in the next stream. We're going to have to fire up this plant switcher and spot up these empties up there, and we got to get that 394. We got to get him together and out of here. So it's a lot. There's a lot we got to do. Absolutely is. Hey Spur, when you worked for Railroad, did you interchange with the NS? They did an interchange up in Birmingham, but I never had anything to do with it. The only experience I ever have with the NS is working at paper mill job, where it was a joint CSX and NS job, so we both worked that job. The Atlanta-Greenville route would add the BMW. Yeah, there's that plant between Atlanta and Birmingham too at Lincoln. I don't know what they make at Lincoln. Rosser, Georgia? Okay. What is it, Rosser? Why are they routed to Rosser? Is that like a yard or something? Sorry, I was trying to catch up with chat. I got behind again. You guys have been awesome. You can't, there's so much of a delay when you give a command. It never, okay, it doesn't end up working. So you can't finesse it. You can't finesse the remotes. I got you. Probably why remote jobs have flat spots on the wheels all the time. How do you switch cabs? If you want to switch leader, you just go you go to the locomotive that you want to switch and you just hit set as lead unit, and that makes it the leader. What engine you using for the switcher? Right, okay, so the yard job, this is the plant switcher right here. It's the default. Yeah, this is the default guy. I don't have the SW1500 packs. I need to get those, but there's a yard at Rosser? Okay. Yeah, I'm not. That's all foreign to me. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that stuff. All right, guys. We'll see about wrapping this up. Get some loose ends taken care of here. You gonna stream again today? Probably not today. I may go ahead and stream tomorrow instead, do a video. When they load autos into the bottom of the train, do they have to drive to the front of the consist all the way down the train? So they spot these cars in blocks. We'll show you up here at the plant. They spot them up here in little blocks like this, like little cuts. And they'll back them up to these ramps. These ramps, they can actually drive these. These have tires and an engine on them. So they can drive these ramps up to it, and then they adjust it to the height, because some of these are tri-levels, some are bi-levels. Like it just varies. And then they just drive them all the way. Like they got bridge plates that they do in between them, and they just drive them all the way down. They just start filling up down here at the bottom of the cut, and then they work their way back. Kenny, what's up, dude? How you doing? Coke says bye. Great stream. I appreciate it, Coke. Man, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. The members, everything, everyone is viewed. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. SO1500s, you get confused with diesels? Yeah, I may do another stream tomorrow so we can wrap this up. In fact, I need to save this real fast before I forget. Let's go to world. Let's save it as 395. Save one, maybe something like that. We'll save this world. That way everything will be the same. The next time we come back, we can just jump back in and do our thing. Get all this stuff. I think next time we need, I kind of thought the next time we would do the fits, but I really kind of think we need to clean up these loose ends here in the yard. Like we need to get all, these are outbound cars. They're all loaded up and ready to go. So we could grab all this stuff together, get this 394 train out of here, and then start spotting up empties, right? We'll work the yard. Y'all are awesome. Thanks, Boss Man. Glad to be a member. You definitely earned it. Thanks, Idiot Lee. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. I really do. I think I've got everyone. There's been so many people. Like I said, I appreciate you, all of you, for watching, hanging out with me. It's been a blast. It's so cool to be able to just hang out and chill with people and play a game and have fun, right? So, yeah, we'll see. May do a stream tomorrow. We'll play it by ear. If not, there will definitely be a video. We'll see what we can do. See what we can come up with. Oh, I like that game over. That's cool. There's a cool emoji there. All right, guys. That's it. Another one in the books. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.